I'd like to call this meeting to order. Could we please have a prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance?
During this Teacher Appreciation Month, Lord, enable us to teach with wisdom, for we help to change the mind. Equip us to teach with truth, for we help to change the conscience. Encourage us to teach with vision, for we help to shape the future. Empower us to teach with love, for we help to change the world. Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Emmett, could we please have a roll call?
Mrs. Fiorella.
Here.
Mr. Hook.
Here.
Mr. Gogolski.
Here.
Mr. Enslin.
Here.
Mr. Gershi.
Here.
Mr. Gambita.
Here.
Mr. Auckland.
Excused?
Mr. Schaefer.
Absent?
Mr. Wood.
Here.
Dr. Barrett.
Here.
Ms. Feliski.
Here.
Ms. Emmett is here. Mr. Gogorski.
Here.
Mrs. Donahue.
here.
Mr. Pigeon.
Here.
Mrs. Miller. Here. Mrs. Bradley.
Here.
Ms. Watson.
Here.
Mrs. Fitzsimmons.
Here.
Mrs. La Rosa.
Here.
Ms. DeKnight.
Excused?
Mrs. Gregory.
Here.
Mrs. Liptak.
Here.
Mr. Seaman.
Here.
Mr. Dunda.
Here.
Madam President, you have 7 board members present.
Thank you.
And Matt Meir, solicitor.
He's here.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That's okay, Rose. Thanks for remembering.
I gotta get that. Could we have a motion for number 5, please?
I move that we approve the minutes of the regular board meeting, which was held April 3rd, 2018.
I'll second it.
Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining. The motion does pass. Motion for number 6, please.
I move to accept the treasurer's reports from the general, food service, and student activities accounts.
I'll second that. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining. The motion does pass. Could we have a motion for number 7, please?
I move to accept the approval of bills from the general and food service accounts.
I'll second it.
All right, the motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining. The motion carries. Mr. Gregorski, we're going to do student recognition, if we could.
Thank you. First, I'd like to start by recognizing the principals list students. This list represents the students with the highest grade point average on the 3rd marking period. We'll start with the 9th grade students, best or highest average, Leonard Mayoko III, which I don't believe is here. Second, Celeste Orchard, who I don't believe is here either. In the 10th grade class, we have, I don't believe he's here, Zachary Ravinsky has the highest average. And second, we have Brianna Burdick. In our 11th grade class, highest average, Allison Matter. Second, I don't believe is here with us, Veda Pontoski. For 12th grade, highest average, Tylea Alpa. And second, Mallory Jablon.
I would just like to say congratulations to you all. Another successful quarter, and you're doing great. Mr. Gregorski, do you have anything else?
Yes, we also have 2 outstanding seniors we'd like to recognize for their incredible accomplishments throughout this school year and previous 3 years. First, we'd like to recognize Amanda Harold. Amanda is the daughter of Margaret and David Harold of Waymart.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda, I'm a senior. I would like to start by thanking the Board of Education for having me here today. It's an honor to be recognized for my achievements and to be able to discuss them with you all. I'd also like to thank my parents for supporting me throughout these 4 years, especially senior year. Throughout my time at Western Wayne, I have pushed myself academically and personally. I have taken each honor and AP for all of the core subjects, and I've even sacrificed a lunch to fit in AP class. Although that may seem a little bit crazy to you all, I am a firm believer in taking advantage of every opportunity I can, especially when it's still free. Throughout my high school career, I have taken 8 honor courses here and 12 AP. All of these courses have been tremendously rewarding. During my freshman and sophomore year, I was even recognized on the principal's list. I'm interested in many of the courses I take here, but I'm especially interested in the Spanish and music department. I owe much of my development to the hard work and dedication of Senora Sandrovich and Mrs. Orr. Without their help, I would never blossom into the person I am today. For the past 4 years, I have studied, I've worked with Senora Sandrovich as a Spanish student and became the first student to skip Spanish 4 and go directly to AP Spanish. She has put many hours into my development as a Spanish student. And in fact, today I took the AP Spanish Literature and Culture exam. It's a course not offered here, but with her help I self-studied and we got through it. And then tomorrow's Spanish language, so I'm in Spanish mode. Musically, Mrs. Orr and Mr. Lapatowski have become instrumental in my progress into the musician I am today. They constantly reach out to me as not only teachers, but advisors and role models. Under Mrs. Orr's direction, I have come out of our music program as a prime musician. During my time here, I have served as flute section leader of 11 promising students, participated in district band and orchestra. District orchestra is one I'm especially proud of because I am the first flutist that I know of to have actually been accepted into district orchestra. I'm a 4-year member of our pit orchestra and have also played in the school's jazz and pep band. Mrs. Orr has also connected me with other great musicians, and with them I have performed in the Northeastern Youth Wind Ensemble and played with Marywood University's Wind Symphony. Without Mrs. Orr, many of these things would be impossible for me. Other activities I've been involved in are our school's Women Empowerment Club, Envirothon, reading competition, PJS, which I was able to get first place at both the region and state level my freshman year, RILA, which is the Rotary Youth Leadership Award. That was over the summer, my 10th grade into 11th grade year, and tomorrow's Leaders Today. Although he's not here, I would like to thank Mr. Fitzsimmons for reaching out to me about TLT and getting me involved. With them, I actually presented a $2,000 grant to the NEPA Children's Advocacy Center to help support creating new buildings to help children in need. I'm also the 2017-2018 NHS Vice President, and although retired, I still hold the position very fondly. I have helped create more service activities while also creating a passion within the society on the importance of service. My future plans include attending Gettysburg College and majoring in music education with a minor in Spanish. With the education I have received here at Western Wayne, I know I will not only succeed, but excel anywhere I go. Thank you again for having me here today. Without your funding and support, none of this would be possible.
Thanks, Amanda. And if we could have your parents stand up and be recognized, please. Tonight with us, we also have Spencer Smith. Spencer is the son of James and Joyce Smith of Waymart.
Thank you, Mr. Zaborski. I'd like to start off by thanking the school board, the teachers, and my parents for all the support that they give me. My greatest strengths, I think, are more towards academic clubs than my academics in school. I would like to again congratulate Amanda on the 12, I believe, AP course that she took. I've only gotten 5. So as for academics, so most impressive of those 5 AP courses I took was AP Calculus, which I was able to take in 11th grade because I skipped pre-calc. As for this year, I'm taking AP Government and AP Computer Science, and I'll be taking the AP Government test this Thursday. As far as my interests go, I'm very talented with math. It's one of my favorite subjects to do. Most of my interests can be related to math. I like programming, video games, and physics. As far as extracurriculars go, I've been in TSA since middle school. It's been I was very successful in middle school. In 6th grade, I had taken a competition called Electrical Applications, and I made it all the way to nationals, where I got 5th place. In 7th and 8th grade, I had been able to go up to 2nd place at nationals. In high school, I was in more first robotics. Brian Landry, the club advisor, has put a lot of time into it, and I'd like to thank him for all the support that he's given me and all the members of it. He's put a lot of time into that club. I've been in robotics for 4 years, and in that time, I've taught the members of the club how to program, how to build robots, and how to be a team, how to work together as a team. For the for outside of school, I am part of the Waymar Church Youth Group. We do a lot of community service. We meet every Wednesday once a week. Over the summer, we had gone to a camp for the disabled where we helped the camp counselors there in preparing food and activities for the people there. For this summer, I'll be looking to, I've been hired to work with my father at Anchorage Trailers, where I'll be doing drafting for the trailers there. And as far as the future goes, I've been enrolled in Wilson University, and I've been accepted into their national honors program there, where I'll be given a research grant in order to do undergraduate research when I arrive there. Again, I would like to thank the board for recognizing me today, and for all the teachers that helped me get to where I am today.
Yeah, I'd also like to mention, we don't get to say this very often, but Spencer is one of the few students that I've ever recognized in the history of Western Wayne to have a perfect math SAT score, which is unbelievable. It certainly has contributed significantly to those high scores that we're seeing in reference to all the other schools in the area. Yeah, so thank you very much. And a lot of the students, as a matter of fact, in this room have contributed, so I want to offer you thanks. And Spencer, if we could have your parents stand up and be recognized, please.
I have to say, that is so impressive. Spencer, don't sell yourself short on only 5 AP courses. And Amanda, your resume is off the chart. You parents can be very proud of your students because your accomplishments are amazing. So job well done. Congratulations again. Also, I just wanted to say about prom. Everyone had prom, so I hope everyone had fun there. And also for the play that was available. I've heard great reports on that. So congratulations.
If I may, Tylea Alpa was one of the leads.
Yeah.
And she did a great job. Needs to be recognized. Were there any of the other students here in the play? Okay, well, I don't want to slight anyone, but
Yeah.
I guess you had the lead or one of the leads. Is that how it would be characterized?
Top three.
Great
Great job.
Wonderful job. Congratulations. Thank you for doing that.
Great job. Well, now if students or anybody wants to leave, you're more than welcome. We have a long agenda, and I'm sure you don't want to be bored by that.
Thank you. Hi. How are you?
Showing off his family. And at this time, if there is anyone from the public that would like to speak? Ms. Johnson?
I was hoping, I know that you have to advertise the budget for 30 days prior to. Would it be possible for you also to add that to our website? I know that Ms. Emmett gave us a really great presentation at the last work session meeting.
I'll make sure, it will be on public display, it'll be here for anybody, but I'll make sure that we add it to the website too.
I think that would be very helpful. There was a lot of really helpful information you had presented for that, so that would be great. And I was hoping, I know agenda item 23 was something that you had briefly mentioned at the work session. I was hoping maybe when you get to that part, if it would be possible for you to explain a little bit more about the general fund, interest-bearing checking accounts and such. I don't know that I've heard recently much information about what's involved with that. I know it's part of what you normally do, but if you had a moment just to explain what would be involved with that and how that impacts the district financially, that'd be very helpful. Okay, great, thank you.
Anyone else from the public? Okay. Hearing none, the enrollment report is there to view. Also, could I please have a motion for number 11, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the attached list for graduation on June 22nd, 2018, as presented by high school principal Mr. Paul Gregorski, contingent upon having satisfactorily completed all school and state requirements by graduation.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. A motion for number 12, please.
I recommend the Board of Education authorize the board treasurer or business manager to review CM3 bills payable for the ongoing construction of the project and approve the payment of contracts which are in order and ready for payment. Bills processed under this authorization will be reported to the Board of Education at the following board meeting.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. May I have a motion for number 13, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint Ernest Fiorella as PSBA legislative representative liaison for the 2018-19 school year.
I'll second that.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion carries. A motion for number 14, please.
I move that the Board of Education appoint directors Bernice Fiorella and Rick Hope as voting delegates to the PSBA 2018 Delegate Assembly.
I'll second it.
You're all so excited on that one. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. Could we have a motion for number 15, please? Go ahead, Bill.
I nominate Mr. Gregorski for board treasurer.
I'll second that.
The motion has been made and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining. The motion does pass. The motion for number 16.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the amount of $3,000 for the board treasurer's salary for 2018-2019 school year.
I'll I'll second that.
The motion has been made and seconded. Any questions? Hearing none. Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion passes. A motion for number 17, please.
Recommend that the Board of Education approve the public officials treasurer's bond at $25,000 for the 2018-19 school year and an estimated cost of $250.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion passes. A motion for number 18, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve a donation of the board treasurer's salary in the amount of $1,000 to Western Wayne Co-Curriculars, $1,000 to Wayne County Library, $500 to Friends of Wrestling, and $500 to Friends of Girls Basketball.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Say no. And any abstaining? The motion passes. Jeff, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all that you do, and to donate and give it back is really, really kind, so thank you. A motion for number 19, please.
I move the Board of Education approve the exoneration of the municipal tax collectors from the collection of the 2017 duplicates.
I'll second that. A motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? The motion does pass. Can we have a motion for number 20, please?
Recommend that the Board of Education appoint the following elected tax collectors to serve the district for the 2018 duplicate. A, Canyon Township, Linda Davis. B, Clinton Township 1, Mary Ann Thorpe. C, Lake Township, Michelle Valentino. D, Salem Township, Arlene Denmack. E, South Canyon Township, Paul Herzog. F, Sterling Township, Cindy Hefty. G, Wingmart Borough, Mary Boston.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?